Bruh. Bruh. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Y'all, so much news happened today. I ain't gonna lie. When the LeBron news broke that he was leaving the Lakers, which I already knew based on just the Austin Reeves contract alone, I think it was pretty obvious LeBron was not going to stay with the Lakers unless he was going to take like a huge pay cut. And I don't know if LeBron would have done that for a team that he may feel like he's owed that to, like owed a contract, considering all he's done for them. But I'm not going to lie to y'all, man. Kawhi back to Toronto. I mean, I heard all those rumors and stuff, but I just didn't think it was going to go down. Like, I truly didn't think it was going to happen. But man, feel like he's shit. I'm hearing my thing back and making sure everything sound good. Make sure y'all like up the stream, show some love, show some support, do all y'all got to do. Because we got a lot of shit to talk about. We're going to talk about Kawhi. We're going to talk about LeBron and a couple other things that y'all want to get my opinions on for the offseason. I know Jaylen Brown. I know Jaylen Brown. There was some news about Jaylen Brown and his interaction with the reporter online on Twitter, or I should say X. We're going to talk about that too if y'all want me to get into that. Actually, it's wild because I was actually finna head out. My Jaylen Brown video was uploading. I actually had Jaylen Brown video coming. And while that was uploading, I was going to head out, go get a couple things, get some pet supplies for my dog, pick up some food. I was going to stop by Zaxby's. I'm still hungry as fuck. I ain't going to lie. Damn. But regardless, I was going to do all that. And literally when I was pulling out the driveway, ESPN, bam, news. I didn't even see the Shams notification, which is crazy. But the ESPN banger hits my phone. I see Kawhi Leonard in a Raptors jersey. Kawhi's been traded. They're trying to finalize a trade for Kawhi to Toronto. I'm like, nigga, what? That shit caught me so off guard. Did not see that shit coming at the time it did. Thankfully, it caught me when I was pulling out the driveway. So I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Let me just do a stream, talk about this Kawhi shit, talk about this Jaylen Brown shit, and talk about LeBron. And Ja. Ja got traded too. So we got a couple things to talk about. Kawhi, LeBron, Jaylen Brown, and Ja. So let's start off with the title of the video. Kawhi Leonard is going back to Toronto. So as you guys can see here, here's the full trade details. The Raptors are getting Kawhi. The Clippers are giving up Brandon Ingram, Grady Dick, 2 first-round picks. I don't see the years, but I'm assuming obviously they got to be from the Clippers. A pick swap, 2 seconds. Actually, I don't think it's the Clippers because the Clippers don't really got many picks to trade. So let's see what picks those are. Maybe they might be valuable or something. Never know. Let's see. I don't see no details of the picks. Here it is, I think, right here. Oh, no, this is 2018. Let's see. Hey, we'll get to this. We'll definitely get to that. They walked out with nothing. We're going to flame the Clippers, too. I mean, we got to. We got to flame the Clippers. Regardless, it's cool. They just wished this nigga happy birthday. This is yesterday? God dang. Shit. Ah! Oh my God. Clippers just wished that nigga happy birthday and then traded that nigga the next day, fam. Do y'all niggas know how crazy that is? Imagine wishing a nigga happy birthday and then he gone the next day. That is insane. Oh my God, that's insane. Nigga, what? Wow, that's crazy. That's crazy. But yeah. Basically, this is the trade. Kawhi and the Clippers get Ingram, Grady Dick, 2 first, a pick swap, and 2 second-round picks. There's something else I wanted to show, but it's all good. That's basically the trade, right? And I gotta say, let's start off with the Clippers before I get to the Raptors. I think we can all agree Hold up. We got over 100 people in here. Appreciate y'all. Shout out to y'all. But I think we can all agree the Clippers run. Let me move over a little bit so I can center myself. The Clippers run with Kawhi was a failure, a complete, utter failure. I mean, let's even look at that shit right here. Let's actually just go to it. Here's all the Clippers results every single fucking season that they've had Kawhi Leonard. Oh shit, wrong post. But that's what they gave up though, basically to get Kawhi and PG. SGA, Gallo, Trey Mann, Jalen Williams, Kassan Wallace, Toppich, and Mara this year. That was the last. I think that was the last first round pick. I don't think the Clippers, or excuse me, the Thunder have any more first round picks. But that's all they gave up for Kawhi and Paul George. Paul George is in Philly right now. Wash this shit. Kawhi is now back in Toronto. But let's go back to it. I could have swore we just saw it, right? Am I tripping? That ain't it. Don't tell me I lost it already. Where the fuck is it? Trying to find where the post was. No way. It's not even letting me click. Is this shit crashing? Yo, Twitter tweaking on me right now, y'all. Okay. Ingram, by the way, what a fucking bum. Where the fuck is it? Dang, the post not here. The post is not here. Y'all just saw that shit, but it's cool. We'll talk about it off of that. Here it is though. This is Kawhi's time with the Clippers. In 2020, he joins the Clippers. They have a great regular season. I think they won over 50 games, or my bad, shortened season. So they won 49 games, which would have equated for over 50 wins. Then they go to the playoffs after he's second team All-NBA. And mind you, at the time that the Clippers get Kawhi Leonard, right? The whole conversation is this is the new 90s Bulls. We got our Michael Jordan. We got our Scottie Pippen and Kawhi and PG. They were comparing Pat Bev to Ron Harper, Montrezl Harrell to fucking Dennis Rodman, and Lou Williams to Tony Kukoc. All this bullshit they were running. And to be fair, I thought the Clippers were going to win a championship. I thought at least in the time period that they have Kawhi and Paul George, they'd win a championship. And I think I predicted them to win the title in 2020. If not, definitely the Lakers or the Bucks. One of those three. And they lose in historically embarrassing fashion, right? In the offseason, or not offseason, but after the league got shut down, Paul George going on live streams talking about, man, we hungry, we waiting. We can't wait for them to come back with this season, right? Then they get into the bubble and they play like fucking garbage as soon as the bubble starts in the first round. Because niggas be forgetting Kawhi had to backpack Paul George in the fucking first round. First round against the fucking Mavericks, what happens? Kawhi plays great, don't get me wrong, 32 points a game. Paul George averaged 18 a game on 36, 27, 96 shooting splits. This nigga was fucking buns. This nigga, here's a number right here, 19, 6, and 4, 36, 27, field goal percentage, and 3-point percentage. This nigga played like garbage. Played like absolute fucking buns. Lou Williams, 16 points a game. Marcus Morris was hooping. All the other guys played well, but the guy that they traded their whole fucking future for immediately folded at the sign of playoff competition. Nigga was getting cooked by Seth Curry. Meanwhile, obviously getting cooked by Luka and shit. But they survive, they hold on, and then what happens? They blow a 3-1 lead to the fucking Denver Nuggets. And nobody wants to be honest about it, but Kawhi in those second half of games, it's clear this nigga was either fatigued or I don't know what the fuck was wrong with him. He was fucking tweaked out. All that historic efficiency in the first round plummets. 44% from the field, 36% from three. It's all good when you ain't lined up with Luka Doncic as your point of attack defender or Tim Hardaway and Porzingis is gone. Paul George hit clanking off the side of the fucking backboard in the game 7, getting trash talked by fucking Paul Millsap. They get bitched by Nikola Jokic and Jamal Murray in the second round. They go out on a blaze of embarrassment. Second year. That was actually a good year for the Clippers. They finally made their first ever Western Conference Finals as an organization. Kawhi has a good regular season, cool. But what happens in the playoffs? The beginning of the end of that team. Kawhi goes out there, plays great. Don't get me wrong. Kawhi in the playoffs that year was amazing. Averaged 30 points a game, 8 rebounds and 4 assists, 2 steals, 57, 39, 88 shooting splits. Historic efficiency from Kawhi. Paul George, 27, 10 and 5. A steal, 44, 34, 84 shooting splits. It's clearly established he's the second best player on this team because he is. But then, unfortunately, Kawhi goes down with an injury. And he's out not only for the remainder of the playoffs, but for next year because he tears his meniscus. This was rough. And they still made the conference finals. But it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough for them niggas. And then the next year, because I'm going to take this shit year by year. I don't give a fuck. The next year, Kawhi doesn't play, fine, wash season. 2023, what happens? They lose to the Phoenix Suns. And remember what I said when Kawhi got hurt? It was the beginning of the end because the injuries just piled up. Because in that series, I believe Paul George was out. I don't think Paul George played. Paul George did not play. He was hurt. And they had to rely on second option Norman Powell and Russell Westbrook. Kawhi actually gets hurt after game 2, misses the rest of the series, and they lose in 5 to the Phoenix Suns. Another washed season, wasted season. 2024, they face the Dallas Mavericks, and finally Luka gets the better of them and knocks them niggas out in the first round because what happened? Kawhi was playing injured. And Paul George, he was already relegated to being the third best player on his team because James Harden came up in there. And we all know James Harden first option hoops. You ain't winning a championship like that, buddy. You're just not. This team, every step of the way, constantly disappointed. It didn't matter if they added Norman Powell. It didn't matter if they added Russell Westbrook. It didn't matter if Zubac got better and improved. There was a clear, hard ceiling on this team every step of the way. Whether it was injuries, them just not playing well, or plain and simple, Kawhi was just not the same player because by the time you get to 2025 and they face off against the Nuggets in the first round, James Harden, we all know James Harden in closeout game 7s, he ain't going to step up. He ain't that guy like I said earlier. But then you got Kawhi, and I don't care how good these numbers look. Kawhi was not as impactful as the numbers make it seem. He can't get to the rim as much as he used to. Aaron Gordon was making that shit tough on him. On top of that, the playmaking inefficiencies that he has for a high usage player, it's still there. It's still there. And he's not the defender that he used to be. He's just not. And the series where Norman Powell sold in a couple of big games, especially in that game 7, they got to give 25 minutes a game to Nicholas Batum. In the big 2-5. Nicholas Batum is averaging 25 minutes a game. What are we doing here? And then the rest of the roster is just a fucking wash. And that's a series that they could have won. Zubac was playing well. He was even giving Jokic problems a lot of times in that series. They just straight up lost because in a game 7, they got wiped off the fucking planet. Wiped off the fucking court. And the wild thing about that game 7, it ain't even like, it's not who you think it is that balled out in that game 7. Jokic wasn't playing great. 16 points on 14 shots. That ain't the Jokic we know. 5 turnovers. That ain't the Jokic we know. Jamal Murray, 16 points, 4 turnovers to his 2 assists, 47% from the field, missed all 3 of his 3-pointers. That ain't the Jamal Murray we know. Actually, that might be the Jamal Murray we know going forward. But getting cooked for 21 by Christian Brown, 22 by Aaron Gordon, Russell Westbrook with 16 off the bench, the guy you just let go in the offseason, goes to the other team and schools you in a game 7. What are we doing here? They just weren't good enough. They weren't good enough. And I look at this Clippers tenure with Kawhi, and there's nobody that can tell me that it was just about the Clippers, it just didn't work out. No, Kawhi just wasn't who we thought he was. He wasn't who niggas thought they were. People were putting Kawhi in convos with LeBron, Steph Curry, Kevin Durant. And I think now we can clearly say Kawhi is a great player. He's a superstar, or was, if you don't think he is anymore because of his health and things like that. He was a superstar. He was a top 5 player at his peak. But I think the ring in Toronto made people believe, including myself, I was in delusion as well, that Kawhi was a better player than he really was. He has playmaking issues very similar to that of Kevin Durant. He's not the processor that someone like LeBron or Steph Curry is. He's not the offensive player that guys like LeBron and Steph Curry were. Even now, he's not a better offensive player than Steph Curry. Kawhi, even defensively, people gave Kawhi these benefits of the doubt for like mediocre or decent enough defensive regular seasons, hoping he would turn up in the playoffs. Over the last 2-3 years, he ain't been that playoff defender that a lot of niggas thought he was. Someone saying he was top 2 in his peak. I think it's arguable that he was top 2 in his peak, but he was never the definitive best player in the league. He was never the best player in the league. And maybe it takes hindsight for a lot of people to see that, but he wasn't better than Giannis. Over the last 5-6 years, he has not been better than Giannis. He hasn't been better than Jokic. He hasn't been better than Embiid. He hasn't been better than LeBron. He hasn't been better than Steph. He hasn't been better than a good amount of players. And even now, you got guys like Tatum who I think are better than him. Kawhi's health has deteriorated him as a defender. Kawhi's playmaking issues will always be there. And the Clippers look like fucking clowns. The Thunder took your whole future. They took Shea, J-Dub, Kassan Wallace, and multiple picks on the way. They just got Mara in this draft. Come on, man. Come on. What are we doing here? What the fuck are we doing here? And it's wild. This will go down as the biggest failed experiment. I don't know, actually, because the Nets do exist with Harden, KD, and Kyrie. But it's going to be one of the biggest failures that we've ever seen in NBA history. Truly, it is. It's going to go down that way, and it should go down that way. They should be remembered as one of the biggest failures in NBA history. Because they gave up everything for this team, and they got nothing out of it. Absolutely nothing. This roster, man, it's rough. It's rough to see what they've become. I mean, Kawhi even made fucking commercials saying he's the king. I'm so glad you said that. Thank you for reminding me. Kawhi made a commercial saying he was the king, that it was his city now. Blew a 3-1 lead, never even made the finals, made the conference finals one time in a year that Kawhi was injured. Paul George leaves, you get James Harden. You don't go any closer than you were when you had Paul George as the co-star instead of James Harden. There was no way forward for this team. James Harden jumped ship because he knew Kawhi was probably not going to stay long-term. And the Clippers, you can't be giving out long-term contracts to Kawhi when you know this team is cooked and you know Kawhi's knees are cooked. There was no way forward, and a trade clearly was inevitable. Man. It's sad. It's sad to see what they've become. Or what they became, I should say. But here's the potential starting lineup for the Raptors. Let's talk about the Raptors side of things. Emmanuel Quickley, RJ Barrett, Kawhi, Scotty Barnes, Jakob Poeltl. I think Murray Bowles is there, of course. Man, I ain't gonna lie. RJ Barrett. He's gonna be next to get out of there. But Brandon Ingram, he had to go. I mean, you talking about the Clippers and what they got back. Brandon Ingram, whew, that's tough. Brandon Ingram first option hoops on the Clippers is going to be hilarious. I'm going to tell y'all right now. Brandon Ingram first option hoops. That's nasty. Darius Garland first option hoops. What are we doing here, man? That shit going to be gross. That shit going to be nasty. And you're right, Lil Trady. That Clippers curse will forever live on until I'm in the fucking grave. Them niggas are done. Them niggas are fried. Them niggas are cooked. But let's talk about the Raptors side of things. I'm gonna be honest. I mean, the Raptors were a good team last year. Made the playoffs. Scotty Barnes had a really good season, all-star. Probably got snubbed of an all-defensive team. He's a really versatile wing. I like what they got over there in Toronto. And RJ Barrett, you know, I'm kind of up and down with him, but he's a solid player. I'm not gonna act like he's garbage. He's but I look at this team. I think they could be good. Kawhi can load manage. We know they can win games when Kawhi's not even playing because they did that last season. And yes, Brandon Ingram was there, but Brandon Ingram stinks, so I don't care. Kawhi, guarantee him for as many games as he could play. Actually, I was gonna say guarantee him for 60, but let's be real, Kawhi's just not reliable when it comes to games played, but he can load manage. And honestly, it's wild to think about that. Kawhi really left the Clippers for this, you know. Excuse me, he left the Raptors for the Clippers and now goes back to this. This has no chance of being as good as the Raptors team that he left, to be honest. You got Kyle Lowry that was there. Jakob Poeltl, I believe. Oh no, Jakob Poeltl wasn't there. Marc Gasol was there. Serge Ibaka. Who else was there? OG was there, but he didn't play in the playoffs. They had a couple other guys. Serge Ibaka, like I said, they had a real squad. That 2019 Raptors team, I think a lot of people forget how good they were. Truly, that was an amazing defensive team, one of the best defensive teams of their time period, of this generation, to be honest. Someone said every time Kawhi gets on the floor, Toronto fans should cheer and boo him. 50-50. Nah, you got to cheer him. Kawhi's a legend in Toronto. He had one of the greatest 1 years I've ever seen. Let's be real. Someone said, wait a minute, this is real. I thought we were talking. Nigga, yes, Kawhi is back in Toronto. This is real. But I don't know. For the Raptors side of things, you're going to have to give Kawhi a max, right? You're going to have to, maybe not a max, but you're going to have to pay him. I assume Kawhi's not going anywhere that he's not getting an extension, right? Because I'm pretty sure, look at Kawhi's contract. Let's see here. I'm pretty sure Kawhi's due for an extension. And so any team that was going to trade for him was going to have to give him an extension. That was kind of like the terms and conditions. Did I pass it up? I think I passed it up. No, I didn't. Yeah. Next year is the last year on Kawhi's contract. Wow. Next year, $50 million. So if you're the Raptors, I mean, an extension is a given. Now, it's going to be interesting when that extension gets signed because I assume Kawhi might want that extension this offseason, right? But if they don't come to a terms with an extension this offseason, let's say Kawhi gets hurt, what's Kawhi's future going to look like? He could pull another one off in Toronto. That's entirely possible. People talk about Kawhi's back in Toronto. This nigga could pull a whole nother one off if he leave. He got 1 year left on his deal. Y'all think it's out of the realm of possibility Kawhi's out of Toronto? But if I'm being real, I mean, it's not like the Raptors gave up that much. They didn't give up that much. So I'm interested. I'm interested in the Raptors. I'm not going to say they're contenders. I mean, I guess they're contenders in the East. They could definitely come out the East. I could see it. But I don't think I can put them over the Knicks. Boston, I got to see how their offseason plays out, but they're still in the mix. Miami's still going to be in the mix, especially depending on what they do. I got to wait and see for them. I got to wait and see. And then also you got the Pacers with Howley coming back. They're in the mix. I'll say they're in the mix, but the Knicks they're the team to beat right now. Not only because they won the East, the way they ran through that conference, yeah, they own them niggas right now. And someone said the Raptors are lacking guard play. They are. Quickly, what else? RJ Barrett. Let me see. Let's see that team in Toronto this year. Look at that roster. Yeah, they did trade Grady Dick too, if I'm not mistaken, right? Grady Dick was part of that trade. Let's see. Let's look at that roster. So their guards, Jacoby Walter, Ochai. Shout out my nigga Ochai Abaji. Grady Dick, AJ Lawson. I'm not even gonna count these guys. BI is a wing. Jamal Shed, Emmanuel Quickly. Who else was in that trade? Was Jamal Shed in that trade or not? I don't think he was. But yeah, their guard play is looking rough because Grady Dick ain't even there no more. I like Emmanuel Quickly. I think he's good. But even in the playoffs, right? Emmanuel Quickly wasn't there. And then you look at the rest of it. I mean, you got to rely on heavy Jamal Shed minutes. I mean, he's not going to play 32 minutes a game. Hell, he's not even going to start because Quickly should be there. But you look at the rest of that guard play. I mean, Jacoby Walter. It's not even like these guys played well last year in the playoffs. Oof. I like CMB though. I think he's good. I think he's going to be a solid wing for them. I wonder how they're going to manage their wing rotation, right? Because you got RJ Barrett, Scotty Barnes, Colin Murray Boyles. And I know Colin Murray plays some center too. Maybe he'll run some small ball five for them. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Jameson Battle. Oof. I mean, we talking about scraps here. And Grady Dick is gone. So, and I'm not really too high on Grady Dick anyway. But yeah, I wonder how their guard and wing rotation is going to look now with this Kawhi trade. But let me drop that poll in the comments right now. Let me know, who do y'all think won the Kawhi Leonard trade? The Raptors or the Clippers? And obviously, no, I'm not talking about the one they made before. I'm talking about the one that just happened. Who won the Kawhi trade? Because even when you look at the Clippers' return, right, for Kawhi, let's look at it real quick. We didn't even talk about that. We just spent time shitting on the Clippers. But you look at the Clippers' return for Kawhi: Brandon Ingram, Grady Dick, 2 first, a pick swap, and 2 seconds. I mean, 2 first is solid. Honestly, getting first for Kawhi, considering his injury history, his age, that's solid. Grady Dick, a shooter, nothing really more than that. Brandon Ingram, he's mid. Nobody gives a fuck. A pick swap, which, I mean, I guess, in 2 seconds. I don't know, man. I don't think the Raptors really gave up much of anything, to be honest. I mean, they gave up a guard, and some of that guard rotation may be a little shaky, but the trade-off of Lily Kawhi with Brandon Ingram was so fucking terrible in the playoffs last year. He was fucking embarrassing. You look at the playoffs, this nigga Brandon Ingram averaged, where is he? Right here. Fucking 12 points a game on 33, 38, 74 shooting splits. He was fucking terrible. The nigga can't create shit. He can't play make shit. He can't guard anybody. He's a fucking bum. He's fucking terrible. Brandon Ingram, I sentence you soon to China. That's where your future is gonna lie. That's where he's gonna be soon. Brandon Ingram is fucking terrible, fucking garbage. But literally replacing Kawhi replacing Brandon Ingram with Kawhi, a guy that, in theory, if he's there in the playoffs, is going to be a much better scoring option, alleviate some of that pressure off of Scotty Barnes, who played great in the playoffs against the Cavs in the first round series. I really love that move. I love it. And defensively, it even alleviates stuff for Kawhi, right? Because Kawhi is somebody that defensively is not the same player he used to be. While he's low managing and taking some games off, because you got to do that for him. While he's doing all that, you also got to throw in the fact that even when he's on the court, you're taking some of that defensive pressure off Kawhi. He's got a rim protector like Jakob Poeltl. He's got other wings and defenders. Scotty Barnes in particular. I like that. I like it. I like it for them. Like I said, I don't really know where they place in the echelon of the Eastern Conference, but I like this move. I do. But now, let's talk about another story that happened this offseason. Well, not just this offseason, today, actually. Man, I can't believe I really spent time making that Jaylen Brown video. And now I could just talk about it on the fucking stream. Here's the tweet right here. Appreciate you, Lil Trady. Yeah. Blew a 3-1 lead, lost in the conference finals, missed the playoffs, first round exit, missed the playoff. I almost forgot to even talk about this year. Niggas missed the playoffs this year too, because in the fucking play-in, Kawhi got locked up by Draymond. Steph cooked them like he always does when he faces them. This team is a fucking disgrace. A fucking disgrace. Embarrassing. Let's not spend too much time on them. Let's talk about LeBron. So, nigga, what the hell? The Wizards have emerged as a wild card in the LeBron James sweepstakes. Yeah, yeah. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. That shit is not happening. Can't believe that was the first thing I see. Um, the Lakers wish LeBron on best on his future endeavors. LeBron responds, "No, thank you. Truly an honor to wear the purple and gold while trying to continue the greatness and legacies that came before me. Hope I made a few proud during my stint. Excuse me." Yeah, I agree. LeBron has done great for the Lakers. It's been great for them. Brought them literally a championship. It sucks that they never got to celebrate that championship with the city. But yeah, I love that. But the news broke that LeBron will continue his NBA career. This is by Shams for the 2026-27 NBA season and informed the Lakers that the franchise can move on without him and he'll play elsewhere. Clutch Sports CEO Rich Paul says. Um, and it's good that LeBron said this now so the Lakers can plan accordingly as far as the other players that they're going to sign, pick up, trade for, whatever. And I think they were going to do that anyway. But I think this LeBron situation, because I predicted LeBron will go back to the Lakers. I really didn't think, someone said, who wasted time making a Wizards Photoshop? I don't know who did that. But I really didn't think LeBron would leave just because, actually, real quick, before I get into the LeBron thing, let me see the results of the poll. God damn, landslide, Raptors. Y'all go vote in that poll. We'll go over the results later. But I truly didn't think that LeBron was going to leave just because of all the other things that came with LA, right? His family lives there. And if you remember when LeBron left Cleveland, he said one of the top priorities for him, other than just winning championships, putting himself in the right position to succeed, it was actually his family, right? His son went to high school there. I think both of his sons were going to go to high school there, Sierra Canyon. And on top of that, business endeavors. His wife has businesses there in LA. It's not surprising though that he leaves just because of the money. Austin Reeves getting that max contract, that's huge for the Lakers cap space. And mind you, he hasn't actually officially signed yet because the Lakers have his bird rights. So now they could sign other players with the space they have and then go over the cap, excuse me, in order to sign Austin Reeves. So yeah, it's not surprising that it's over. But LeBron's had a good run with the Lakers, made multiple Western Conference finals, made the finals, won a championship, playoff runs, brought back relevancy to the franchise to the point that they don't get Luka if LeBron doesn't go there. Let's not forget that. So, shout out to LeBron and what he's done for the Lakers. Now, where LeBron is going to go, that's the big question, right? Right now, the leading odds are the Warriors and the Cavs. Right here, it says James Harden is planning to help the Cavs get more flexibility to pursue LeBron. On Monday, Harden declined his $42.3 million option and is now a free agent. He's expected to return to Cleveland on a new contract, but Harden is waiting to sign to give the Cavs flexibility that they need in order to make a move like adding LeBron for next season, according to a league source granted anonymity to describe deliberations still in process. There's also the rumors, of course, of Miami. LeBron going there. I ain't gonna lie. If you Bronny James, I didn't even show earlier, but if you Bronny James, woof, I ain't gonna lie, nigga. LeBron leaves, it's over, buddy. It's over for that nigga. But I mean, Bronny contract is fully guaranteed, so hey, he gonna get his bag. Child left behind is nuts. That's crazy. But there's obviously the other team, the Golden State Warriors. The Warriors can offer him up to $15 million to play with Steph, Draymond, and potentially, I don't know where this Anthony Davis to Golden State shit is happening. I don't understand that at all. What are we doing here? Draymond declined his option, and I assume, obviously, they said here this move is so they could get LeBron in free agency. So Draymond and James Harden are willing to take pay cuts. They're declining out of their options so they could get LeBron. And finally, Draymond is going to be able to make this photo a reality on the court. Dance together on the court. Now, I did say in my video about LeBron and where he's going to end up. I really don't know where LeBron, um, or how good LeBron on the fucking Warriors would be, just because you look at that team. They're so old and they're so injury prone if LeBron goes there. You got Steph Curry, LeBron, Draymond, Kristaps Porzingis, all four of those guys older. On top of that, miles on their body, injuries all over their body. Porzingis, most injury prone motherfucker, and he's younger than all three of them, all four of them. Steph, obviously injury prone, missed a good chunk of last season. Excuse me. Draymond, I mean, forget injuries. That nigga just refuses to play if Steph's not there. But maybe you can fix that because if LeBron's on the court, Draymond's gonna play, right? He wants to play with his buddy. He wants to play with his homie. Um, but yeah, I don't really have too much to say about this. LeBron leaving the Warriors, excuse me, leaving the Lakers, it's not really that shocking, right? I mean, sure, LeBron is a billionaire, but at the end of the day, you want to be paid what you're worth. And even if you got to take some, Jimmy Butler as well, he's coming off an injury. If you're LeBron, you know you want to get paid your worth. The Lakers weren't going to be able to pay him near that, and clearly they couldn't come to a realization, or excuse me, a compromise on the money that they wanted. But yeah, Jimmy coming off an injury, he's not even going to be there to start off the season. Steph injury prone, LeBron, Draymond, and Porzingis, and the spacing is so off on that team. I mean, Steph and Porzingis is the only shooters, and Porzingis, it's not like he's really guarded out there like that. He's not really a great shooter per se. He's just someone that can shoot the ball at the 5, which is still valuable. Don't get me wrong, but yeah, that's a little rough. And then you got the rest of that bench. I mean, what we talk about? Moses Moody, who's also injured, may not even play to start off the season. Kuminga's already gone, so it's not even him. I mean, what else you got there? So I don't know. I really don't know where LeBron's gonna go. I like the fit, really in a couple of these teams. Miami is an option as well. I can see LeBron going to Miami. Maybe you have a lineup where you got LeBron, Davion Mitchell, Andrew Wiggins, Giannis, and Bam. That's not too bad, actually. LeBron to Miami. That's solid. I ain't gonna lie. LeBron to Miami is solid. I don't hate that. What's up, Bezos? This nigga. You know, Bezos, that Jaylen Brown shit is nuts. I seen that post Bezos made where he was like, your team didn't want to trade for Giannis because they didn't want to give up 270 overall. I think it was like what, Hugo Gonzalez and Brian Shireman. That's fucking insane. That's crazy to me. That's crazy as fuck to me. But regardless, man, I gotta say, LeBron and where he's gonna end up, I really don't know. And honestly, it's a mystery. I don't think LeBron's gonna make his decision today. I really, really hope he doesn't because nigga, I gotta go get something to fucking eat. I can't stay on this stream forever. But I do think LeBron, he'll probably make his decision. He'll probably wait it out, weigh all the options because there are a good amount of options. I think Miami actually is the best option. You go to the East, you're in a conference that's obviously weaker than the West, even though the East is getting stronger year by year. But regardless, weaker conference, easier path because the Warriors, you got to factor in their health. They're not ever healthy, especially over the last couple of years. Throw in the fact that who's the other team? The Cavs. I honestly just wouldn't put my faith in James Harden for anything. Harden already declined his option. Let's be real. I don't know what his options are, but it's not like we can rule out the fact that James Harden could get up and leave if he feels some type of way. He did the same thing with the Sixers. Granted, lies were told to him. But either way, I just wouldn't want to put my faith in Donovan Mitchell and James Harden as my leading backcourt. Not a great defensive backcourt. Donovan Mitchell, I've said this before. I do not think Donovan Mitchell can be the best player on a championship team. If I'm LeBron, I'm not doing that shit at all. But yeah, that's pretty much summarizes the LeBron situation. It's going to be interesting to see where he ends up. Definitely expect a video on me when that happens. But let's move on to my back. Where y'all want to go to? The Jaylen Brown or Ja Morant? While y'all answer that question, let me see what the poll is looking like. So you guys said the Raptors won the trade. 84% of y'all said Raptors, 16% of y'all said the Clippers. That's interesting. So which one y'all need? What y'all want to talk about? Y'all want to talk about Ja Morant, or y'all want to talk about what's it called? LeBron. Which one? Ja Morant or LeBron, y'all? Y'all let me know. I said LeBron. Ja Morant or fucking Jaylen Brown. I'm sorry. Ja to the Blazers. Ja. Okay, let's talk about Ja. Let's talk about Ja. Because it's a good amount of things we could talk about. Get up on out of here. Kels, I'm on stream. What you doing? Always tweaking, bruh. Women. About to walk up in here. So here's the Ja Morant trade. Think about this. If you had told me that Ja Morant, after the 2022 season he had, right? Because you go back to Ja in 2022. Ja Morant in 2022 was special. I'm telling y'all right now. That was a special player. 2022, second team All NBA, most improved player, 27, 6, and 5. A steal, 49% from the field, 34% from 3, 76% of the free throw line. Goes into the playoffs, then averages 27 and 10, 2 steals, 44, 34, 75 shooting splits. Leads the Grizzlies that year to 56 wins. They're second in the West. They're top 5 offense and top 5 defense in the league, led by Ja Morant and Jaren Jackson Jr. If you had told me 4 years later, this nigga would be struggling to average 20 points per game in 20 games of pure ass, and then gets traded to the fucking Portland Trailblazers in exchange for Chris Murray and Jeremy Grant, I would have told you to put down the goddamn crack pipe. I would have told you were fucking insane. But here we are. And there really isn't even too much to say. Ja Morant is a disappointment as a player. One of the most disappointing players over the last decade. This is a guy that, one of the most explosive guards we've ever seen. On top of that, his first step was so crazy, right? Like, he was on a team where he didn't really have a stretch 5 like that, playing minutes with Dillon Brooks, Jaren Jackson Jr., carrying that half-court offense that was really smelly without him. And anytime Steven Adams gave him a screen, he locked the fuck in and cooked the shit out of anybody. Like, if you go back to that Warriors series, there was only one guy that they could even put that had a remote chance of stopping him, and he couldn't even do that, but that was Andrew Wiggins. Like, he was such a terrifying matchup for so many teams, even though he did struggle a little bit in the first round against the Timberwolves. But eventually he figured that shit out and cooked the shit out of them. They won, I believe, in 6 games in that first round. So to see him go from that to now a player that is complaining because his coach is benching him, nigga, you're playing like shit. You're playing like absolute garbage. Saying go ask the coaching staff why he's not playing. Nigga, you're going out there playing like he's taking shots that are insanely bad. He's still not a good jump shooter. He's a terrible defender. He can't get to the rim as much as he used to. And he's not efficient there the way he used to be. I mean, I still think Ja is a good passer, playmaker, but nigga, if you can't put pressure on the defense the way you used to as a scorer, what are you now? And you're injury prone. That's another thing about Ja. He's injury prone. Now, I'm going to be honest. I don't know why the fuck Portland decided to take a risk on him. But considering Ja I think he only has 2 years left on his deal. It's not like he's going to be there for too long if you want to get rid of him. He is somewhat movable, even though if this is the value for Ja, I don't even know what to fucking say. I don't even know what to say. I mean, if you're going to move him again, you're not going to get much of anything. So they're just going to have to ride out these next 2 years with Ja. And now you have a roster where I'm perplexed. I'm perplexed with this Timberwolves, or not Timberwolves, with this Trailblazers roster. Ah, damn. What was I gonna look up? Let me just look up Shaden Sharp. You look at this Timberwolves roster, and their guard rotation is so weird. What the hell? Not the NBA. This Timberwolves roster guard rotation is extremely strange, right? You got Shaden Sharp, Caleb Love, Thibault, whatever. Where's Drew, Scoot Henderson, and Damian Lillard is still on the way. So you're gonna have to divide point guard minutes between Drew, Scoot, Dame, and Ja. Who's coming off the bench there? You're gonna start Ja and Ja and Dame. Are you gonna run a 3-guard lineup with Ja, Drew, Dame? Like, I don't understand that. I don't understand that at all. And I guess just fuck Scoot Henderson, right? You've given up. Have you given up on Scoot? Is Scoot done for y'all? Just move that nigga. Get him out of there. I don't understand what the Blazers are doing. It's like they just got Ja just to get Ja. He's like, oh, Ja's available? Oh, we'll take a chance on him. Cool. Someone said Denny Avia saw Ja's grenade celebration and was like, shit, he throws grenades at children? Fuck it. Get that nigga over here. Not going to get into that. But that was crazy. But honestly, I can't make sense of that. I can't. For the Grizzlies, it just seems like they were just ready to get him off the fucking team. They got a new coach, so to them, it's like, bruh, we can't bring that kind of shit up in this locker room. He's disrespecting the coaching staff and shit. You know, we got to get some better culture up in here. So yeah, Ja, it's sad. It's really, really sad, and hopefully he can rejuvenate his career because, you know, we've seen this story before when it comes to these athletic guards, whether it's a Derrick Rose, a Russell Westbrook, a John Wall. In the case of Ja, because the league is more fast-paced, he carried a lot of that offense earlier on. He played, I believe, multiple years in college, unlike someone like Rose. You know, we look at Ja, and it just happened faster than we think. You know, these guards, you know, these athletic guards suffer injuries unless Ja were to grow some kind of jumper, and his form alone is never really going to, you know, translate to being a great shooter. Teams are always going to leave him open. And the best thing he had was that first step. And with that first step gone, you know, oof, that's a rough thing. And I always thought that Steven Adams trade cooked them too. Or at least, I think he got hurt, actually. He didn't even get traded. Steven Adams was giving him some mean-ass screens. Because just even if you go under the screen, that slight hesitation because Steven Adams is right there to give him that screen, Ja just took off. He don't even got that burst to do so, even if they were to get somebody like that again. So if you're the Grizzlies, you focus on your other guys. You know, they got a pick in the draft this year that was solid. Who'd they get? Cam Boozer, right? They got Cam Boozer, right? Yeah, so you got Cam Boozer. They moved on from Jaren Jackson to Desmond Bane. And man, that era is tough. It's tough. But Ja, I don't want to say he's going to be out the league in the next 5 years, but, and I ain't even talk about the personal life stuff, which I ain't even going to get into all that. Cause I think you can make an argument about Ja's, you know, lowered value without even bringing up the whole gun situation and the off the court stuff. On the court, that's the real issue with Ja. Because I promise you, if Ja was still producing like 2022 Ja, he could go shoot all the guns he damn where it pleases. The Grizzlies ain't trading that nigga. No, the fuck they ain't. So yeah, that's it with Ja Morant, man. But let me see. I'm gonna drop this Jaylen Brown video. This stream was just caught me the fuck off guard. Stay tuned though for the Jaylen Brown video that's coming next. I'm not gonna talk about it in the stream. It's the end of the month, so I gotta get that end of the month revenue. Fuck it. But appreciate all of you guys for showing up to the stream. So much to talk about. If LeBron gets traded, or not traded, if LeBron signs with the Warriors, expect a video on that, not a stream. And stay tuned, man. Y'all stay safe and have a blessed day. I'm out.